And with that, after that experience, which takes just a split second for everyone else, but for Pearson, it does seem like it takes an incredibly long time.
Eternity! Claws out
Eternity!
eyes. All right.
She nods and she says, "We don't have much time. Fergal's magic was able to shield this place from Fabrizio. But when I leave and he passes, you will be fully enthralled in his spell again. I cannot change that. You must defeat him to break the spell. Or, I suppose a better way to put it is, you must break the spell to defeat him."
Hmm. Well, now we are armed with knowledge that we know it's an illusion, therefore its power won't hold nearly as much sway.
Yeah.
As long as we all agree not to turn on each other regardless of what we see, we might be alright.
She nods and she says, "Faith in each other is paramount. But be aware, Fabrizio is an entity that has been doing this for thousands of years. Knowing, consciously, that something is an illusion is not the same as knowing enough that it does not affect you. Illusions can hurt just as much as anything else. But there are ways. Fabrizio deals with fear and terror. When you face him, and face him you must, he will try to draw out what you fear most, what you love most, and turn it against you. He will try to drive you insane with fear and regret and loss. There are ways to fight back against this. But in the end, the only way to break the spell is to fight fire with fire. Fabrizio's one weakness is that his connection to your mind is a two-way street. You must fight him, and you must endure what he throws at you, until he is desperate, and he reaches deep into your souls to pull out what you fear most. And when he does that, you must all as one show him an image that will terrify him. If you all do that as one, he will lose his concentration, the spell will be broken, and you will have a window to attack."
Huh.
What terrifies him?
I'm going to take the high ground and not make a joke. Fuck it, I'm gonna make it anyway. It should be us plowing his mother. No, that would terrify
Wow.
me.
Well,
I couldn't help myself. All
Pierce,
right.
Inferno, keep that in mind for the next few minutes, because it's gonna get funnier.
Oh no.
oh no.
All right.
Well, we were fed an image.
I sure will nod and say, "You have already seen it."
Mm-hmm.
Fabrizio is terrified of one person in all of existence. The elf you know as Sky.
Yep.
But knowing that is not enough. I will show you. I will show you Fabrizio's memories so that you understand. So that when you show him the image that terrifies him, you will be able to do it with conviction and understand why it means what it means to him. Pay careful attention. In these memories lie the key to your success. And with that, all of you feel as if you're not in the bottom of a dungeon. You, in a blink of an eye, feel as though you are looking through the eyes of another, and you feel their thoughts as if they're your own. It's a strange disconnect. You have your consciousness, you know you're Pearson and Finn and Dwalin and Cole and Keen, yet you also think the things of the other person. and you see what they see. And the first thing you see is... Oh, yes? Was someone going to say something, or...?
No?
Oh, I thought someone was just going to talk. Okay, my apologies.
Did you see a plus sign?
No, I didn't. You're standing on a field of battle. Fire, death, and blood surround you. Many people lie dead at your feet. Some demons, others elves. Shattered wings and feathers litter the ground. And you feel an overwhelming sense of satisfaction and playfulness. You are quite enjoying this. The battle is almost over, and you're a little sad that there won't be much left to do today. And then, from the battlefield, around a fire, steps forth an elf. She looks young, and your conscious self, recognizes it as Sky. And she looks enraged. And when you see her, you call back and you remember that she is one of the champions of this world that you were sent to kill. And that you had once, for the fun of it, because it amused you greatly, tortured her entire family. Her 2 younger sisters, her mother and her father. Drove them insane until they killed each other. And you think back on it fondly. And then you see her, and you see the rage in her, and you see that you've done quite a good job. She starts walking towards you. You're not concerned. No one has ever really gotten close enough to be a danger to you. Casually, you reach into her mind and pull out the images you see there. Images of friends and companions, the other champions of the world that have lost their lives during the war. And you mold through your magic images of them. And as she sees them, she stops and she hesitates. And when they attack, she's driven back, fearful of hitting those she cares about. It is an exercise that you have seen and done many times. But then, all of a sudden, through the connection of her mind, you sense an image, a memory from her, of these very companions and her, laughing and joking, of the companion that she's crossing swords with right now, encouraging her and teaching her how to be a better fighter. And with this image comes a flood of emotion, of joy, and a sense of compassion that confuse you. You don't understand these emotions, you don't grasp their concept, and you lose your concentration a little bit. And conversely, she seems to gain resolve. And she renews her attack on the illusions that you created until she cuts them down and angrily starts to run towards you. You laugh, a little nervously, not sure exactly what's going on, but still not sure that, or not feeling threatened. You reach deeper into her mind and pull out something that she holds most dear, an image of her father. You pull out that image and craft it in front of her, wearing armor and a sword, and will it to attack her. And again she hesitates, and she's driven back as what she sees in front of her battles with her heart as she tries desperately not to hurt that which she cares about. And you begin to get more confident. But then all of a sudden, again, through the two-way link, you get an image so fiercely from that woman that looks like this. An image of her family, of her, of what she lost and what she loved. And the emotions flood from her, so much so that you get confused. And you lose your concentration ever so slightly, and her attack is renewed. She dances around the apparition you've created for her, cutting him down and launching off of the already fallen body towards you. With a cry of surprise, you jump backwards as this onslaught approaches you. You try to dodge and tumble out of the way, relying on dexterity that has never been matched before. Yet, no matter where you go or how fast you try to get away, the elf is always in front of you, cutting at you with a look of pure rage. You try to reach into her mind again, but all you see is a flood of hatred and rage and regret that you cannot push past. In desperation, you resort to magic you find uncivilized and fling fire at her. But she barrels through it, regardless and heedless of the burns it causes and gives her. And she swings down a sword as you stare shocked at this image in front of you, and you feel the left side of your face split open, and agony engulfs you. You fall to your knees and cry, and you look up, and for the first time in your life, you see this image, and you know terror. You stare into the eyes of death, and you know that it has come for you, and you can do nothing to stop it. And you are paralyzed with fear. Slowly, ever so slowly, the sword descends towards you to end your life. But the last second, right before it happens, your mother and the conscious part of you realizes in some form that this person looks... No, actually, I'm sorry. Let me back up.
Okay.
You do not recognize this person consciously, but the memories, the images, the thoughts that are not yours recognize this as your mother, appear behind Sky. And with the flick of a hand, and with extreme power, Sky is sent flying across the battlefield and away from you. And this figure that you know is your mother bends down to cradle you and whisper that it's okay. And with that, you find yourselves back in the dungeon, looking at Aishir.
Now I see why you said it's us screwing his mother. Now I get it.
Well, it's
We shouldn't think that, guys. We shouldn't think that. That's okay.
I'm all for thinking that.
As the image fades, Aishir says, "Now you understand. But know this, the figure you saw at the end is Dementia. Fabrizio is her child. If you kill him, and kill him you must, she will come for you, and her power is extraordinary."
Well, that's one way to lessen the siege on the Sunset Tower.
She nods, and she says, "I have shown you how Fabrizio was defeated once, and given you a path to defeat him a final time. But you are the ones that must do it. I cannot stress enough. You will face terror and fear. You must endure. Think of this image too soon, and it will not break his concentration. You must endure until he is at his most vulnerable, and then you must strike hard."
Okie dokie. No, sorry, that sounded so flippant.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Sorry, that was the player saying okie dokie, not.
I had this image of Pearson like closing his eyes and turning his head to the side with a big grin. Okay.
Wow, looking
All
at
right.
Mercatus really broke his fucking mind, guys.
Yeah. Oh God. But no. I think we're up to the task. I mean, I'm sick of giving Pearson grim nods, but he's gonna give a grim nod. And he'll say, "Fergal said that you would lead us in that direction. I think perhaps it's time we go."
She nods and she says, "Fabrizio is in the throne room. His magic has limits. he cannot control the minds of an entire city. And even to control minds as yours, as powerfully as he has, he must remain stationary in a magic circle. When you break the illusion, knock him, hit him, throw him from the circle, before he has a chance to re-establish the spell. And with that, she says, "My time is running out. Know that I will always be watching over you, and I will lend whatever small aid I can."
Thank you.
And
Thank you
with
for everything.
that, oh, sorry,
Thank you for everything.
she'll nod. And with that, she will fade, and you see Fergal's chest start breathing more shallowly. And you see Guy, who is holding Fergal, look up in tears. And right before Aishir disappears, she looks at Fergal and says, "Fear not, little one. I will take care of him. Brave little goblin." And then she disappears. And Guy, with tears in his eyes, says to you, "You must bind Guy. Fergal protected his mind, but soon Guy will have no protection. Guy is not strong enough to face what you must, but Guy does not want to hurt you either. Bind Guy."
All right. I will try and escort him into one of the cages.
Guy will follow. He will pick up Fergal and carry him.
Mm-hmm. And I will bind him using some rope.
All right. And with that, the last rise and fall of Fergal's chest finishes, and all of a sudden, you hear sound again. Bustling city streets. Even down in the depths of the dungeon, it's muted, but you can hear it.
Before that happens, can I say one thing to Guy?
Oh, sure.
We will come back for you.
He nods and says, "Guy has no doubt."
Okay. And then continue on.
Guy disappears along with Fergal, as if they weren't even there. And you hear noises up above you again.
All right. To the throne room.
Indeed. Charge.
Charge.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
You guys, you enter out through the dungeon. And as you enter out through the dungeon, you have several dwarves who call to you and say, "Hey!" And no one's trying to physically stop you, but do you respond to anyone, or?
No.
No, they're not real.
Yeah, Finn doesn't. Finn's just vision focused ahead, just marching with the rest.
Yep. Yeah, we have to gird
Straight to the throne.
ourselves.
Oh man,
mentally
dude, guys,
after
we
all.
look so badass. We're just marching with a purpose.
Fuck yeah, we are. Brain purposes.
So you are actually unhindered as you approach the throne room. Many people verbally stop and say, "Where are you going?" and stop and all that. But nothing actually stops you from going to the throne room. And when you arrive, and I would say actually once you get closer to the palace and you haven't responded to anyone or anything, people stop responding to you. People stop calling to you as if they just didn't care anymore. And when you arrive and you burst in through the throne room, you guys are going to have to zoom out and find your characters real quick. You burst into an almost oppressive blackness, a darkness.
Ew.
A darkness that doesn't really seem to matter. You can see each other, but you can't see much in front of you. And you hear from the other side of the room, You guys are no fun at all. Fun.
Not before we finish you! Alright, but yeah.
So I guess
I
I
roll
guess
initiative. Nah, I'm just kidding. Attack the darkness.
Yeah, let's...
Yeah.
I guess it's... We should probably all move together, right? We gotta
Yeah.
stick together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's form a circle.
Like a 5-pointed circle, yeah.
Yeah,
Drolin,
Keen
would you
at
like to
the
go in
tip
front of me?
of the point. Oh, or draw.
I can
you
handle
sure?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're better
I can
suited.
dig this.
Actually,
I
here,
can
Keen,
dig this.
switch with
Like
me.
this.
You're a ranged guy.
Yeah.
I feel like
And-
Baldur's Gate, we're trying to determine the order now.
No, this is symbolic, bitch!
Yeah.
And then we'll like rotate while we're walking forward and hold out guns.
There we go.
And as you approach, and you guys can go ahead and well, I assume, do you guys move towards the voice?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move forward as if
Ooh,
it's
wait! Yeah,
Like-
yeah, move towards the throne, not necessarily the voice.
Well, same thing, same difference.
Oh, okay, then
The
never mind
voice
that.
is coming from
If
the
it's
throne.
coming from the throne, yeah.
So as you approach, you hear Fabrizio continue on. I lost track of you guys there for a second. I'm assuming you found your friend. How was he, by the way?
Dead.
Oh. I do apologize, but he did upset me so, and, well, I have a little bit of a temper.
Oh, that's nothing compared to mine, kid.
Alright, give me 1 second. I will actually, to save you guys a bit of trouble, I'm actually
Yes,
just...
I was just like slow clicking, like
Yeah, hang on. I will...
Actually, I should say his temper is nothing compared to Drawlin's. Holy shit, he,
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I loved it. I
Well,
loved it.
A
I
ball of
loved it.
flurry, fury.
Oh,
Holy
that-
shit! What the hell?
that comes from the fire axe.
Just
Oh, hey.
Just yeah, you guys just zoom up. I just moved you straight up, so that's all you gotta.
Yeah, I saw us whisk away. I'm like, whoa!
And as you approach the throne, as you get a little closer, all of a sudden, as if a spotlight, suddenly, you see Fabrizio lounging on the throne of the Dwarven King, one of his legs hooked over an arm and his elbow leaning on the other. And he looks as comfortable as possible and says, "Well, you found me. Now, honestly, you don't think it's as simple as coming up here and striking me down, do you?"
I was kind of hoping so.
I mean, it was that simple with Shalta. And it kind of was that simple with Cellar, too, so...
He
I mean-
laughs. "Don't compare me with them. Shalta was never one of us. And Cellar, well, while I do have respect for his arts, his magic was playthings compared to mine. I
mean,
have... Oh, go ahead.
I guess, but you're in such a small package. I mean, how can you prove it?
This? I choose this because it's all the better to fool people with. Oh, it's the innocent little child. He certainly couldn't do any wrong. That's how I got into that bitch's family.
Are we restricted? Can we not move? Can we
No.
move closer towards this bastard?
You most certainly can. You are not restricted at all.
Sweet. I said we move
and he
closer
says-
while he's talking.
He says, "My power, though, is the power to make kings do what I wish." Oh no, the volcano's going to explode. Run to the mines, everyone. Your king's not crazy. And with that, he throws back his head and laughs, and he says, "Oh, fine, fine. You don't see him in the mood to talk. Very well, then."
Actually, I actually do have one question.
Oh, do ask.
Because, I mean, supposedly we're all going to die here, right? That's the whole point. You're just going to try and kill us, correct? Or
I'm
you're going
going
to
to
succeed. Sorry, you're going to succeed.
I'm
in
going
killing
to
us.
shatter your minds. And then you'll kill each other for me.
Good, good. So, is the volcano really going to erupt? I mean, why would you still be here if it is?
And with that, he says, I don't know. Why don't you just ask him? And with that, he points behind you, and the entire room lights up. And you see behind you an image of Shaltar. Roll for initiative,
buddy.
please.
How you doing?
This
Are you
game
doing
is
good,
real
buddy?
old.
We already played your games. Give someone else a chance.
Oh man,
about to
I'm
get
so
wrecked
happy.
again?
My personal goal will now to shove
No, that's
2
right.
tentacles down his throat.
Oh, this is wonderful.
The goddess really did give you your deepest desire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she did.
Hey, so is this part of the mind game, or is Baby Junior not here?
No, Baby Junior will be with you.
Okay, cool.
Baby Junior was getting a
After these
boon
messages.
of a belly rub from a goddess.
Oh my
Okay.
god, that's amazing.
Someone get on that fan art right now, because that sounds
Yes.
adorable.
The best belly rub she has ever received and probably ever will
She
receive.
like reached enlightenment, like much like Pearson. It was a very spiritual experience.
I wish I got a goddess belly rub.
Like if you've ever seen the cupcake dog, like that gif or that video, just the dog just looking into the camera and like seeing into forever. That's
That's
pretty
what
much.
Rollin should have asked for. I get a belly
Cupcakes?
rub.
Oh,
Can I just can I have a? Actually, I said in my tweet, Fitznai is like, "Are they gonna get the cake? Are they? Maybe you should have wished for some cake."
I suppose, can I get 3 strands of hair, Lady Galadriel? I'd really appreciate
Oh
that.
my god, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
And I'll tell you what, she wouldn't be no stinge like Galadriel. I would have given you a lock, not just 3 strands of hair. Good lord.
What an amazing treasure loot drop that is. For, fucking the player, yeah, okay, yeah, 3 strands of hair, sure. Fucking Aragorn here, he gets to be fucking king. He gets this amazing fucking sword. I get 3 strands of hair.
All right, hang on. Let me give Shalta his.
Dwagon.
By the way, I have made Nye my my Roll20 avatar because, yes, please. All right.
It is a good picture.
All right, so he is at 24, and I will do this in descending order. Okay, so, and with that, Shalta glows at you guys and says, "You won't be so lucky this time." And Pearson, go.
Oh man, I just got back from the bathroom just in time. All right, sweet. Okay. Shit. I should have planned my shit before I.
Oh,
Before
before combat starts, I
Oh,
should
good.
point this
Oh,
out
yeah.
because it's important. Because as you guys were kind of told, this is going to be an endurance type thing. Some of you are low on recovery, so let me explain how recoveries work if you don't have them. Because we've never gotten that far. If you use a rally or any sort of ability that requires recovery, like let's say the paladin has that ability that you burn a recovery and take a rally or whatnot, you get half the healing and a -1 to attacks and defenses until your next full heal up. So let's say you run out of recoveries, you can still do it. It's only going to be halved and you suffer the penalties. If you take a potion, because the book doesn't actually talk about what happens if you take the potion. If you take the potion, you get a recovery. If it's an adventure tier potion, a recovery with no bonuses, but you also don't suffer the penalties. In other words, the potion kind of eats the penalties for you. If it's a champion tier potion, you get a recovery +2 of your recovery die added to it.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
the book actually didn't say what happens if you drink a healing potion, you have no recovery. So I kind of just winged it. So it may be something that comes across. It may not, but I want you guys to know that, you know, if you run out, there's still ways to heal yourself. There's just going to be, it's more complicated.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I know exactly what Pearson's gonna do.
Mhm.
He's gonna step between Finn and Cole and put one hand on Finn's shoulders and one on Cole, and my action is going to be this. Remember, friends, it is an illusion. If we believe together, it cannot exist. If we don't give it power, he cannot hurt us. And I spend my turn not believing that Shalzah's there. He can bite me. He can throw his beams at me. It doesn't exist. It isn't real. That's my turn.
All right. Keen.
Oh boy. Yeah, I will join Pearson.
Come
in
with
believing
me,
he does
friend.
not exist.
Yeah.
And with that, you hear a laughter from behind you as Fabrizio says, "How many times have I heard people say that ridiculous line? Your problem is that my illusions work if there's even the tiniest hint of doubt. And no one can erase doubt completely." And with that, Shalta attacks. Let's see here. I think to make a point. Let's see, what are we gonna do? He's going to take a quick action to cast Central Eye at Pearson. This is going to be versus your mental defense. 26.
I disbelieve. You said no one doubts. I doubt it. I don't think he rolled a 26. I don't think he really attacked me.
So you're stunned until saved.
You can say I'm stunned until saved.
But I don't believe
demand
it.
But I know, me and Pearson, from the core of his being, he knows this is an illusion.
And 6 hours later, we're still on turn 1 of the combat. I don't believe we've gone to turn 2.
I don't believe I'm dead. I don't believe he bit my head off. All right.
I'm going to say, I will say this. You guys, I don't know if you've probably already have an idea already. There will be ways to kind of fight against the penalties you'll incur, but not enough that this fight's not happening. So.
Oh, wait. So you're saying as a GM to his players,
Yes.
the fight's happening regardless? Regardless of what we do, the fight is happening?
Correct.
Don't worry, I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
I will make it possible with when it's my turn.
Okay.
All right. So 26 does hit your mental defense, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So Pearson is stunned until saved. And that's a quick action. So for his standard action, he is going to use... He's going to use a sleep ray on Cole and a slowing ray on Keen. No, on Dwalin, the one closest to him. So, Sleep Ray versus Cole. This is versus your... oh, hang on, I just closed it. This is versus your mental defense. 18.
You hit.
Okay, so here's what happens. You are stuck. You can save against it. If you fail your first save, you are helpless. Basically, you can act this turn, but you can't move, and then next turn you're asleep until you save against it. And then the slowing ray is versus Dwalin's physical defense. So, 25. Jeez.
Go on.
All right. Slowing ray is 30 damage, and you are stuck until saved.
Okay.
And it is Finn's turn now.
All right. Quick action. Finn will kind of let out a sigh and just say, "I'm sorry, Pearson," and then she's going to teleport over here and strike at Shautar.
Okay.
Finn has a shred of doubt.
Oh,
And a critical hit.
not that much of a doubt, apparently.
Well.
Okay. So that's 70 points of damage, plus
wait.
add 4d6 for your daggers,
Alright,
please.
so- yeah,
46.
okay, I'll add the 4d6 and then I'll
Ti-
roll
yeah,
again.
we'll
to
do that by
hit.
2.
Yeah. Okay, 4d6. Also, if it matters, she just has the picture of the goddess in her mind.
Oh. Okay.
So-
So that's another 42 points. So 70. So oh my god. So what? 100 and well, I'll do it this way. 56. 112.
Okay, and then we'll just hit him again with my daggers. Oh, well,
That
there we
one's
go.
nice.
That's yeah, okay.
All right. So give me a second. Okay. All right. Cole, it's your turn.
I do want to disbelieve with Pearson.
Do what your character does, dude. It's all good.
Alright. It's getting sleepy. Being generally unfocused and hearing the story of illusions at least falling by blade, I think he's just going to try to attack it.
Okay.
Let's go and do some normal attacks against the floaty head. Why not? Yeah.
That is a... Give me a second. Oh, nope. Wrong thing. I always have to minimize windows to see other windows, so... One moment, please. That is a miss, sadly.
He takes 5 miss damage.
Alrighty.
And that is it for Cole's turn. And let's see if he saves. Nope.
No, he does not. Alright. Drolin, it is your turn.
I roll saving throws at the start of my turn. As a champion feat, I can also lose hit points equal to my level as a free action in order to re-roll a save. Which I do
Nice.
successfully do, so I'm no longer stuck and can take my turn. Yeah, that's cool. Brr, I'm a beholder. I don't even know the fact that looks like, but sure, the acoustics on that looks pretty amazing. But I tell you what, I remember what a goddess told me, I suppose, and thankfully this is just within my rune range. And Drolin, because he has an explosive temper. Ardana does speak to him quite a bit. I don't care so much about the kid. I'm actually going to charge the throne and try to upend the entire thing.
Okay. You actually upend the throne. Fabrizio, basically, for lack of a better term, the throne crashes to the ground and you kind of go right through Fabrizio. And he laughs at you and he says, "Did you really think that was me?"
No, you stupid demon. Of course I didn't. Why would you be there? Live for thousands of years? Honestly, I had heard better from you and your legacy, but you're pretty boring. Guess your mother's a little disappointed in you.
He actually looks a little confused. You confused Fabrizio.
I end my turn.
All right. Escalation die goes up to 1. Definitely. Pearson, it is your turn again.
So stun means I can only take standard actions, or I can take no actions until I save.
No. Wait, hang on. Let me actually look up the stun real quick. I was thinking it was something else, but nope. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because GM didn't bother rechecking this because he's like, oh, he remembers what stunned is. It is...
You take a -4 penalty to defenses and can't take any actions. Roll a save,
Right.
your turn's over.
There you go.
Sweet. Well, that's good. No, actually, I don't mind because it gives me another turn to think about what I want to do. Now that Dwalin has upended that throne, let's see if I save.
Yes,
Yeah, I
you do.
Sweet.
Very nice.
I epically save. All right.
All right, Keen.
So what essentially happened was, I disbelieve. You know what? Maybe I do kind of believe.
Kind of, yes.
Thanks, Finn. No, that's okay. No. Actually, I really like that
I had
because it
to
gives
play
a
in
very
character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're playing in character. Plus, it's now giving a rationalization for this fight, so it's all good.
I am just going to shoot him. Does he count as a demon because he's obviously like...
Yes, actually, he would count as a demon. In your mind, which is
Awesome.
what really matters, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so that is... Oh.
Now,
Wait.
let me be clear. That doesn't matter in most fights. It's not like, well, in my mind, this frog is a demon, so...
Dang.
But in this instance, yes.
1 second, I kind of broke my macro. Save changes. Okay. And this should be 15. Attack is +1. No extra damage. Boop.
That is a miss.
That is a miss. I would like to actually use my gauntlets
Sure.
to try and reroll that. Please.
Yes, do so.
Please. Please work. Yes.
Oh, wow. Nice. That is a hit,
So-
and that's going to weaken him.
Yep. 64 damage, good sir.
64 damage.
Mhm.
All right. Wait, did you roll already?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
That
It's
was
not-
with the,
Oh, it's not showing up. Oh, I see. You re-roll the hit, but not the damage. Got it.
yeah. You keep the damage, but reroll the
Got
hit.
it. So 64. Okay, he is staggered. Let's see
See,
here.
like that. That's all I want. Okay.
Actually, I'll be honest. Technically, he was staggered when Finn hit him. I forgot to say.
Would that have hit then?
What?
Would the 19 versus AC would have hit?
No. No.
No?
Stagger doesn't drop AC at all. Hang on a second. Let me figure this out.
Right, staggered. Yeah. Brr.
Okay, he is that. And we're going to say that he got staggered this turn because sudden realization of the concept of mortality. When first staggered, the beholder uses its eye stalks with 3 attacks. Oh, no. 2 attacks. Sorry, forgot to change that. I had to nerf this guy so long ago because he's like a level 9 monster. All right,
Jeez.
well, yeah. Beholders are
Yeah.
bad juju. So he
So
uses
you're
2
saying he's made of a foam.
Yes.
Foam that is safe to throw at each other. Okay.
So he uses
Yeah.
2 eye stalks as a free action. He is going to use Charm Ray against Finn, who's standing right next to him, and he is
Deja vu.
going to use Wounding Ray against
Me?
Keen. Yeah, the one that just
Yep.
hit him. So we'll
Go
do
for it.
Charm Ray first, which is versus your magical defense, Finn. 25.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to do Wounding Ray, which is also which is against your physical defense, Keen.
Mm-hmm.
18.
That's not going to hit, good sir.
Okay, then the Wounding Ray only does 20 damage to you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's his free action. But now it's his turn. All right. Beholder is going to. He does not like Elf that hurt him very much badly. He's going to try and chomp on said Elf.
Will that break the charm? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, what is charm exactly?
Oh, I am sorry. I didn't tell you. You're confused until you save. Confused means you basically attack a nearby ally, or if no allies are nearby you, which no one is really nearby you, you kind of just wander off and do nothing until
boy.
you save against it. But he is going to try and chomp you. It won't save, it won't stop the charm, sadly. So this is versus your AC. 14.
Miss!
Okay, that is a miss. And that's his turn? Yes, that's his turn.
So, I
Basically, roll a save, and you describe what your character does. There's no one around her, so she can't attack an ally, which is good. But
Okay.
she doesn't attack him either. She's confused. So
Do you want a suggestion?
pee on him.
No. My suggestion was
Jesus.
maybe you thank your baby junior for a moment and you go on your back for belly rubs.
I like that idea.
oh, which
you.
by the way, we forgot to say that Baby Junior is not confused.
Baby Junior can save the day. Okay, so do I roll a save at the end of my turn, or?
Do the save now, and then just do Baby Junior, because otherwise I will forget about the save. All right, not save.
That. So Finn, actually getting flashbacks to the first fight with Shalta, remembers falling asleep and thinks that would be a good idea, and so she lays down on the ground. And seeing this, Baby Junior races over to bite at Shalta.
Alrighty.
There can only be one belly rub.
That is a hit, and that
Yum.
is 13 points of damage.
Yum!
Okay. All right. He's not in good condition. Some of his eye stalks are drooping.
Yay! Perfect for the pulling.
Cole, it is your turn.
Oh boy!
You
I
saved!
recover.
Woohoo!
End my turn. Fun times.
Drawlin, it's your turn.
Drawlin will put the head of Ardana on the throne room, and he'll say,
You know, I heard a lot about your mother. They say she's rather pretty. I'm going to enjoy explaining to her how her child was a failure. Again, you demons tend to do that whole failing bit. I end my turn.
All right. With that, the response from Fabrizio is one of a small look of confusion, saying, "Was that supposed to? Oh, you think I love my mother? This love thing that people seem to be so attached to.
No, I don't really understand you, so I don't know what you think, other than the fact that you're afraid. But by all means, feel free to try to understand me, you idiot." I end my turn.
All right.
Oh, Drolin.
Nice.
The best.
If Pearson wasn't already married, I'd totally propose.
All right. Speaking of Pearson.
Sweet. Okay. So in Pearson's mind, he still thinks this is an illusion, completely, right? But due to his companions deciding wanting to fight, he has decided that, okay, it's an illusion. So, what can we do? Well, let's recreate what happened previously, right? Maybe that will dispel it, right? By ritually going through the same thing. So in that vein, Pearson, now no longer stunned, moves up to Shalta, and I'm going to be doing a standard attack and trying to take one of those droopy tentacles. Only one. I was joking about two, but if we're recreating what happened, I only want to try to snatch one, right? All right, and is he staggered? He must.
Oh,
Sounds
yes,
like he's
he is staggered.
Good, good. Yes.
That's a hit.
Do hit him? Yes, it does. All right. I'm sounding weird, by the way. I don't know why.
Sounding weird.
Weird. I don't know why I'm talking like this. All right, so 78, because that's the sneak attack, plus 8 damages, plus, 33.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yay! I rip it off. No, wait. I rip it. Hold up a second. Much like previously, I rip the tentacle from his stupid form. Although I know it's an illusion, and I shove it through his giant illusionary mouth. And then I'm very happy that he is not really dead because he never existed in the first place.
Well, see, he's not really dead, so you can take your time with just ripping out more and just slowly feeding them.
But
This
Keem,
is
that's not what happened.
I know.
I know what you're saying. It's all good.
I was
All
trying
right.
to say this is a dream come true for you.
It would be, but see, Pearson is a realist. He wants to do that to like a real person, like a real demon child.
Not
Let's
as
save the
satisfying,
energy for
yeah.
that. Yeah.
You mean like
exactly.
this one?
Yeah.
We have one right here. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
Let's go after that one now, guys.
The one that Drolin just ran through. Actually,
Oh, he'll show up.
that is going to end combat for a moment. Because, and you're welcome to attack him if you choose, but that Fabrizio it's going to be ineffective. It's just going to pass right through him. So consider this a quick heal up. I need to take a break for a few minutes to run to the restroom.
I will do so as well.
We killed him so bad we punched the DM's bladder.
You did. That first critical was devastating to my bladder. So I will be back in a moment.
I'm sick and tired of hearing the urinary rights of this fucking group.
Listen, it's important that we're all on the same page.
Okay, love, it doesn't help if you physically press on the bladder.
Okay. Go, sweet. Just go.
Sweet.
I'll be back soon!
We don't need to know that much. We
Although I
don't need to
do
be on
have
that
to agree with Grimmeth. Jokes aside, maybe we should put the PP jokes away for tonight.
Okay. I'll put it in.
I feel it's refreshing to see how open people are these days.
No, I think it's just us, frankly. I think we just have talked so much with each other where it's a part of our dialogue now.
Yeah. So I'm just over here just being confused then, right?
I'm sure that spell probably broke once the combat was done. We'll see.
Much like, yeah, I think it's very similar to how it played out.
It was.
It's like kind of creepy, actually. Kind of weird.
There's no Jarek to be there, but that's okay. I'll be right back.
So, chat, how's it going? How's your sex life, chat?
So, remember the whole don't talk about urinary things? I believe it probably kind of bleeds over to the whole how's your sex life thing.
But I gotta
could-
do the Tommy Wiseau bit. You can't stop that, Piff.
What kind of bit?
What kind of money? Was it pesos?
She was so adamant for
She-
no
Was it-
reason.
Was it pirate doubloons?
What kind of money?
You might have been overpaying.
Why didn't you go to my dealer?
Because I swear to God, if you use our freaking electronic coins to buy our drugs, we're going to kill you. It's going to be rich one day.
I wish the room was made in the era of bitcoins, because then she'd be like, "What kind of bitcoins?"
I think the
Are
next
they-
character I ever create is gonna be based on Tommy Wiseau. Like,
My God.
like some sort of monster man face melting thing.
But you're already playing a crazy.
Heyo. She
Ew.
has to play a crazy made out of like silly putty, which is
Yeah.
the exact consistency and substance of.
Tommy Wiseau's face. Oh, I love that guy though. Seriously, he's
Have you seen the Tommy Wise show where he plays video games? I miss
Oh
the show.
dear God, yeah. You know, if anyone, yeah, I think he did the best as far as like not necessarily embracing it, but utilizing it to where he can make a shit ton of money, and I can respect that.
I agree. Say what you will about him as an actor, director, or screenwriter, but he has done well for himself.
Yeah, yeah.
I did see the next movie he made after The Room. It was pretty bad.
Which one?
What's it called?
I can't remember. I think it was just like supposed to be like a tongue-in-cheek horror thing.
Oh, was it the house that bleeds or whatever?
I think
That
it was one of the things where like he knew that he was like he was doing that quote unquote dark comedy thing, and he actually wrote it to be humorous, and it failed.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Mm-hmm. Like Birdemic 2.
Yeah.
That line still is freaking gold to me, though.
The Sally died because of the fish.
Fish,
Yeah.
yeah. That was pretty good.
That was the only good thing about that movie. I would just, if they were like, "Hey, what's House Birdemic 2?" I would just send them a clip of that quote and be like, "That's the best part. Don't
Yeah,
watch the
that's
rest."
all you need to see, yeah.
It was pretty good until the birds came. Then it was like, no, I don't care.
I'm not invested in these birds. Hey, Burn.
Hello.
Hello. Squeeper not here
Also-
yet?
I just
Nope,
got
not yet.
back.
Oh, there he is.
Haha.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Give me a second.
How
I'm setting
dare
things
you?
up.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Where's Grimgrams?
I don't know.
is
He wasn't in the
Grimace?
call for a bit. What's going on,
Oh,
man?
there he is. Yeah, I sat down and the card was not there, but he is now. Oh, Batman, your face looks so
Pretty.
Looking
delicious.
good.
Yes.
Looking good.
All right, so before we get started again, and as I kind of set this little next part up, let me give you guys an in character and just an out of or in story and out of story. First, out of story. I like you tried it; it was a good idea. But if that was effective, we wouldn't have a boss fight.
Okay.
In character, the way I looked at it was kind of like the Matrix, with the exception of Neo, who's special in so many ways.
You're saying we're not special?
No, but they know it's an illusion. They know it's not real. But because they can't 100% believe that, it still hurts them.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough. We can have a philosophical debate about this far longer, but it is what it is. You're the GM. That was your call. That's that, right? So it's all good. I'm not upset or bitter or anything like that. We're just playing a game.
Blame it
right?
on Finn. I'll take the fall for this one.
Yeah,
Finn
there
is
you
a
go.
doubtful bitch.
Okay, so give me a sec as I
What kind of sec?
all of the sec. All right. So, Fabrizzo sees how quickly you dispatch Shalta and just sighs and says, "Fine. I can see this isn't going to be as easy as I thought." And you can actually, for the first time, feel like someone is reaching into your mind or maybe even your soul. And it grabs something from your mind. And all of you start to see these shapes form around you. Now, I am going to use one token as a representative, but I want it to be very clear that you see 5 shapes form, and each one of you see 5 of the same person or thing. But to keep it from getting too confusing and to represent it, I'm going to use one token for each person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, escalation die is also going to go back to 0. I will explain why in just a second. They'll all have the same initiative, but give me just helps if I move to the right layer.